Hey, what's going on? What stands out right away is that the team is clearly trying to improve both the racing side and the online side at the same time, which matters a lot for a game like this where good handling, good competition, and decent server behavior all have to work together. One of the biggest things in this update is the server and connection work. The game now has Oceania region servers, which is a big deal for players in that part of the world because it should mean better latency and a more stable connection overall. Along with that, the update says connection quality has been improved, online room connectivity has been optimized, and common high ping problems have been fixed. That may sound like back-end stuff, but anyone who has dealt with stuttering races, delayed inputs, or lobby issues knows exactly how important that can be. When a racing game is online heavy, even a great car setup can feel off if the connection is unstable. So these changes are the kind that can quietly improve the whole experience without being the loudest feature in the patch. The pursuit mode changes are probably where a lot of players will notice the update the most. Private lobbies with mode settings have been added, which means there's more control over how sessions are run and who gets in. That alone gives the mode a more custom feel. Then there's the new recovery ability for racers, which removes negative effects instantly, so it gives players a real tool to fight back instead of just getting stuck under pressure. The police side was tuned too, because the patch says police can no longer arrest racers while they are stunned by EMP, and the arrest radius for police has been reduced. On the racer side, hitting checkpoints now restores 20% nitro, which encourages cleaner driving and rewards progress through the route. Put all of that together, and the mode sounds less punishing in some spots and more strategic overall. It feels like the goal here is to make pursuit mode more competitive and less frustrating, especially in situations where one bad moment could snowball into a loss. The new content is also worth talking about, because this update adds 3 cars that each seem aimed at a slightly different kind of player. The LTS is described as a lightweight sports car with responsive handling and strong maneuverability, so that one sounds ideal for players who want something nimble and easy to place through corners. The MG3 is a station wagon with sports car dynamics, which is a fun concept on its own because it mixes practicality with a more aggressive driving feel. Then there is the LMM, a V12 machine that is clearly meant to feel dramatic and powerful, the kind of car that makes an entrance before it even starts moving. Beyond the vehicles, the update also adds new steering wheels and new livery categories with fonts, which means the customization side got some extra attention too. For players who spend a lot of time making their car look unique, that can be just as satisfying as getting a new ride to build around. There are also a bunch of quality of life additions in this patch that help the game feel more complete. Hazard lights have been added, which is one of those details that might sound minor until you actually need it in free roam or online driving. Steam activity statuses are now supported. The global world map has been improved, new music tracks were added, and the city environment sounds have been enhanced. On top of that, there is a progress reset option now, which is a pretty important feature for anyone who wants a fresh start without making a whole new account. The update also adds an exhaust heat distortion effect and improves how map icons scale, so both the visual presentation and the navigation side got a bit of polish. These are the kinds of improvements that do not always make the biggest headline, but they add up quickly once you are actually in the game for a while. The fix list is long enough to show that the developers spent real time cleaning up rough edges. Photo mode bugs were fixed, the camera rotation problem in the radio menu was corrected, and window navigation issues were addressed. On macOS, crash problems were fixed too, which is obviously important for stability. Reporting got attention as well, with changes to report, submission, and player reporting. Livery slots had an issue that could close the game after creating 5 or more slots, and that has now been fixed. The player list on the phone was corrected, custom room problems were addressed, and visual bugs like disappearing shadows, disappearing neon, and interior flickering were fixed. The Z35 first-person camera issue was also resolved, and spectator mode got fixes too. That is a lot of cleanup, but honestly, that is often what separates a decent update from one that actually makes the game feel healthier day to day. So when you step back and look at the whole thing, this update feels like a balance pass, a stability pass, and a content pass all rolled into one. The online side should be better, pursuit mode should feel more flexible and less one-sided, the new cars give players fresh reasons to spend time in the garage, and the quality of life changes make the world feel more alive. It is the kind of update that does not just add things for the sake of adding them. It tries to smooth out the rough parts and make the entire loop feel more enjoyable. If you are the kind of player who likes tuning, online racing, or just cruising around and noticing the details, this patch gives you a lot to work with, and it should be easy to feel the difference once you jump back.